Good afternoon. Let me just get my stuff started here. All right. Take that off and switch cameras here. Not that one, that one. There we go. Hi, how you doing? Let me get my smock on here. We got some new stuff going on today. There we go. That's better. So we finished our painting in the back here. We're going to start something new. That's fine. All right. So let me talk real quick about this before we get started. I need a clip to put this in or something. It falls all the time, and it is annoying. So I started this a long time ago. So this is a painting that I started. I'll show you the painting, then I'll show you the picture. So let's see. There's the painting, and I'll give you a close-up on the other camera once we get going here. So this is a painting of a train platform, train station in Boston, Massachusetts. And I took this photo, the photo for this painting, just after COVID started to lift. So I would say in maybe 2021, in maybe the spring of 2021. My family and I went up to spend a couple of days in Boston and get out of the house for a change, right? So this is the photograph that I took, and again, you'll see this up close. Pretty similar, right? So you can see the difference from one to the other, right? So I've got, for the most part, more than one layer on here. So there was a wash that I put on it initially, and then just a base layer of oil paint to get it more opaque. And really what I'm doing right now is I'm working on the rocks down at the bottom, the gravel. And I stopped working on it because it was taking me so long. But I think I just need to do it and get past it. It might take me some time, so we'll see. So I'm going to keep that like that, and I'll show you how I'm working on this as I go. Let me raise this up. Since I'm working on the gravel, I want that to be sort of at eye level here. Maybe there. That's a good spot, I think. Bring that down a little bit. And let's, I think part of me wants to, let me change cameras, change the, so that's where we are right there. I want to move this up a little bit though. That's good there, and let me just get a little bit left. All right, so that'll be good. That way you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to go a little bit further. Well, I won't go too far left. I'll end up getting my head in the picture too much. So the problem with this is, and I'm tempted to move that camera completely, because like I said, I'm really focusing in on this gravel down here. So this is the photograph. I just have it taped on the top, and I'll kind of compare as I go. Let me see if I can get that a little zoomed in to where I want it. So really, I want this to come down a little bit. I know I'm doing kind of the opposite that I did a minute ago. Alright, I think that might be good. At least I'll get a little closer to that. So let's zoom into that shot. See how close I can get it. See, that's too close, not enough of the gravel. Actually, it's probably not too close. Maybe I can just put it up slightly. I kind of want to, there we go. Now you can see both. And I'll leave it like that for now. All right. So let's get our palette set up. I've already cleaned it off from the last painting. So here we are. And a very limited palette. Like I said, I started this quite a while ago. So since I'm working on the gravel, primarily browns, gray and white, or black and white. So I've got my raw sienna, yellow ochre, burnt sienna, burnt umber, raw umber. And over here I have a couple of reds and a white and a yellow, just in case. So alizarin crimson, cadmium red, and cadmium yellow. And that should be enough to go from there. And if you are just tuning in, welcome. Thanks for joining. I'm just going to start working on this painting here. As I was saying, I started this quite some time ago. And get some brushes out here that I can use. This one and this one. So I'm kind of feeling ambitious to finish it. Let's see how it goes. I'm working on the gravel here down at the bottom, so let me zoom into that. And let's see where I'm going to start with this. I might have to move it over to the right, but maybe I'll start over here on the left where I haven't really gotten, and I'll just move little by little. So all that I'm doing is I'm just comparing. So I've got things laid out pretty nicely, so I'm just going to look into this section and paint everything that I can possibly see in that section, and go to the next section, go to the next section, just keep working my way down. At one point I was trying to say, okay, let's paint all the dark stuff, and then let's paint all the medium stuff, and then let's paint all the light stuff, and I'm still kind of teetering on that a little bit, but it's nice to see with something this mind-numbing. It's nice to have pieces that get done. So I know I criticize people who work in pieces, so I'm going to try my best to do section, like the work across the whole thing rather than piece by piece. We'll see. I don't know. Boy, I had 5 people here and they're all gone. That's all right. That just calms me down a little bit. All right. So before I get started, let me get some light on this so I can see it a little bit better. Hopefully it's not too bright for you. It shouldn't be when I go to this view. That looks better to me. I'm tempted to tilt this up even. It feels very far away right now. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I am just far away right now. So here's the challenge. Not getting my head in the middle of the view. That will be the challenge for this painting. I really need a little hook for this somewhere. Anyways, let's... Can I get that glare off of there? I don't know. It'd be nice if I could, but I really want that brightness. I guess it is what it is. All right, moving on. I'm not going to paint for too long today. Let's just get started. So let's go over to our palette here. Before we do, let me just take a look at what I'm going to be shooting for. So I've got kind of a medium on there, and I started putting in some of these darks here. Let me go in so you can see. So what are we looking for? And this painting tends to be a painting I do with magnified glasses. It's just one of those paintings. So if I'm looking at this here and I'm comparing to what I've got down here, I've got some medium tones in there, and I've got a couple of dark tones. I need a couple more dark tones. But I think I'm going to start doing some lighter tones, and then I'll go in and put the dark tones because I want to see some progress. So I'm looking for that kind of medium tone in there. It looks to me like a raw umber with some white, maybe a hint of red in there, but let's see what the raw, it could be raw umber, burnt sienna, and white. Well, let's see what, and then there's a color change. The top is a little more red than the bottom because of the rust that's leaked out from the rail onto the gravel. So I'll need a couple of different colors going on there. So let's see what we got here. And I'm going to do this with my brush for the most part because I'm not mixing large amounts of paint. So I said, let me get some oil on there because I'm working with oil now. Let's get some raw umber. And let's start with some white to get it to the right value. And we'll go from there. So here's where I'm going to kind of go back and forth and test the color. So here's my initial color. Let's go back to the painting and see what that looks like. See, this is a little too gray. It's got some reddish tint to it. So I think I need to at least add some burnt sienna to it. That might be too much, but let's find out. Yeah, it's a little too much, a little too dark. So let me just let me lighten it up first. Kind of go one color at a time. All right, that's getting pretty close. It's getting real close. What do we want to do with that? Let me look down here too. Kind of compare with some of the other colors that I've got on there. I'm going to add a spot of red, just a little cadmium red, a real small touch. You can barely see how much is on my brush there. That might even be too much. Now it's looking a little pink, but let's see the damage I did. That's actually not too bad. I'm going to add a little more white to it, and I think we'll be good to go. I'll separate this out a little bit so I can, if I want to use that darker stuff, I can. I've got the base. Pretty sure, yeah, that looks pretty good. That's close. Yeah. I'll get some of that rust color up there afterwards. And if I look down here, I've got some similar colors easily seen down there too. So I'm going to leave that right there, and I'm going to get my smaller brush and dip it in my oil. Move that over so you can see it. So I got my oil, I got my turpentine, and just going to take some of that, start painting. I have a suspicion that a lot of people are not going to be real thrilled watching this. I don't want to get my head in there too much. Let's see. That's where I'm having a hard time. It's like I want to. What happens if I move this over? All right, that's fine for now. Keep my head out of the way, at least a little bit. It's okay if I paint a little bit on the rail. I need some more oil on that though. It's too thick. Alright. It's okay if I paint on the rail or something else. I haven't done much to those areas yet. And nobody's going to know if I'm right or if I'm wrong with some of this stuff, so. All right. I may have done a little damage to this brush yesterday. I didn't clean it right away, so shame on me. I'll put a bunch of variation in here later. This is just one little bit. Alright, I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, I'm basically gonna work one color at a time. That's kind of what I wanted to do, but I was nervous just to say it outright. And then when I'm done with it, as I do each color, hopefully you'll see progress. And I'm looking here, there's a lot of different colors in here too, so I'm gonna have to add some different things as I go. See, boy, I might have messed up this brush. I did such a good job with this brush on the last painting, but it is, I let it sit overnight by accident. I didn't clean it properly, and now I'm not getting a nice tip on it. Alright, let me put that one down. I'll clean that again afterwards. I'm going to get a different brush. Let's see what I got here. I can't see with these glasses on. Alright, I'm going to get a super small brush, I think. Let's see how these look. This is a 00. That one looks good, I think. And what's this one? This one's a 1, actually. But it's a short one. But it feels funny. Did I mess that one up, or has it just got stuff on it? It's all stiff. I'm going to clean this one later. I'm not going to mess with that one. What do we got here? That's another 0. care of your brushes and they'll take care of you. Anyways, let's use this small one. 00. Clean it off. The oil on it. It's small, but it will do what I need it to do. Alright, where were we? Over here. I know you're probably saying, what is this guy doing? He's taking forever to do this. And yeah, it feels like that often, especially at first, when you first start getting into a big project like this. Key is just keep pushing through, right? You will get there eventually if you take your time and keep moving. Take your time, keep moving. It is a very cold day here today. It's January 2nd, and it is 28 degrees Fahrenheit. And but it's a windy day, so that wind makes it feel so much colder. I almost like this color better for the rust. I'm a little unsure. Maybe not. Maybe not. Just the regular rocks, or some of the rocks. A little at a time. Diablo girl. Nice to see you. Choo choo is right. Let's see, now I gotta count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where I'm going. Yeah, I started this painting a long time, well, a couple of years ago. I put it aside because I was getting frustrated with these rocks. But I am trying to find my inner chi. Just do it. Don't worry about how long it takes you. But I'm actually going to do a couple things at the same time. Because I'm going to work on a series, but it's going to be a super secret series. So I'm not going to work on that online. And I will share later on after that series is done. There's a certain type of painting that I would really like to get into, and I've got a couple of really good ideas, I think. But there's I wouldn't call them rules, there's some guidelines, I guess. It's funny, the color's changing a little bit here. I might, let me compare a little bit. The color over in this one has changed slightly. There's a little bit of this in there. Let me get it in. So I want to get into doing some gallery work. I've never done gallery work, and it will be a new experience for me as an artist. I love going to galleries. I don't go to them often, and well, I want to change that. Super tedious. You guys are going to get so bored of these this gravel. Oh man. You watching me paint gravel, you guys are going to be like, this guy's nuts. What is he doing? Well, being an artist, man. Doing my artist stuff. I like this photograph though. It's it's straight on. It's got some interesting character to it. And even these signs, there's some signs up here that are all related to COVID. And I like those signs. And so it says, ride safer, wear a face covering, maintain a healthy distance, practice good hygiene, do your part. Public health is a public responsibility. And that was our world for a little while there, wasn't it? So I think it's an interesting piece of history in a way. We were all there, right? Suppose I do this, I might have to go back over it once or twice just to get all of the gravel. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody's going to know if my gravel is perfect or not, as long as it looks like gravel. That's all that matters. Let me make sure I'm still in the shot here. Move this over a little bit. There we go. That's better. So yesterday I was finishing my my other painting. If you didn't see it, you can go check my other channel. Oh, where do I go here? I lose my place sometimes. Check my other, I don't know, what do you call them? It's not a channel, because this is my channel. Playlist. Yeah, check my other playlist, Painting 101. And that is this other painting I did. I'm not going to be here too long today, because, I got other things to do. I'm kind of working half day. Well, I'm not working half day. I'm working a full day. But I am I got a lot going on with a bunch of weird stuff at work today. All right, let me go back here. I feel like I missed a bunch of stuff. I'm just painting little rock shapes, that's all. It's almost like painting little cubes and stuff. Little squares, little cubes. after I do this gravel, no one's going to come to my channel ever again. I don't know. I can't see with these glasses though. All right, I got something on the canvas. It is what it is. I'm not gonna do any more right now. I kind of know where I'm headed. I'm just gonna keep going down with that same color. So I'm gonna leave it like that for now, and I'm gonna take the weekend off and chill. I think I've got. I'm gonna get some canvases maybe this weekend for my other project, and we'll go from there. I know, short session today. Anyways, I hope you had a great New Year's and a great year to come. Happy painting. Bye.